Hey friends, it's Falcore here and welcome back to the vlog. I just thought I'd randomly do a quick video before I went to sleep because I had something on my mind tonight and I wanted to share it with you all, I suppose, just to see what everyone else thinks about this. And I think it's that I've been really lost in thought a lot lately about how, and I don't want to use the word obsessed because I'm not obsessed, but because that's not what it is, but I'm just going to use that word anyway because I can't think of anything else to say right now. But how obsessed that I am and everyone is with their phones, their devices. I find myself just, I've tried recently to do things to put layers, steps, whatever you want to call them, in place to make me feel less compelled to check my phone all the time. And that's around things like I've switched off most of my notifications. I haven't switched off notifications on messenger apps because obviously they are where my family and friends actually message me, and if they need something then I don't want to be ignoring people. So I haven't switched those off, but every social media app, and I mean every single one, even Instagram, which is my little favorite, I've turned the notifications off, and it is on a mission to just be less distracted. And yet what I've noticed is that actually as a result, sometimes, and not all the time, because actually to a degree it has helped and it has made me less obsessed over things. And actually at the end of a day or the end of my work day, I might actually open Instagram and I'm like, oh my god, I've got 10 messages, and it's I've not thought about even actually looking. But there are other times when I'm just looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, and it's what are you looking for? What weird obsession do we have? And it's led me to look into things. So I've been listening to podcasts, I've been reading stuff online, I've been looking into it, and I've been learning a lot more about what manufacturers of phones and people that design phones and the interface, and people who design the apps and everything, and how they design them and how they make them to directly cater to what our brains want. They know what we want. They know that they want to gamify these apps, or however you want to describe it, to release that hit of endorphins when we get those likes, or when someone messages us, and they're colorful and they're full of beautiful imagery. They're just things that we want to see, and it's like a game. It's like a need and a want, and it's just started to actually really kind of bother me a little bit. But I have this need to kind of do it, and then it branches out into other things. So I have now really gotten into doing yoga every morning, and I do it every single morning without fail. And yet, to begin with, when I started that, I was just doing it. I was just doing it for myself. And then obviously I started posting a little photograph of me on my Instagram stories every morning, going, morning from my yoga mat, yada, yada, yada. And now it's almost at the point where, because I've got this expectation that I've got to do that, but I now actually feel like I'm being really repetitive, it's almost hindering my enjoyment of the fact that I'm just getting up and I'm doing yoga because it feels really good, and it makes me feel good about myself, and that it starts my day and it stretches me out and it releases some chemicals in my brain or whatever that make me feel ready for the day and awake and more alive and blah blah blah, and all that stuff that sounds hipster AF, but it is the truth. And yet so this kind of digital element that I introduced because of this weird need that I can't explain to share things, and why do you give a shit? Maybe you actually do, but then also, do you ever question yourself as to why do we give a shit about each other's what each other is sharing on Instagram? And I know there's an element of it is that you get to see people's lives and get an insight into it, and that is really nice and everything, and it is, but there's got to be a level that we need to sort of have where we say, do we need to be doing this all the time? And Ryan and I were talking about it the other day, and I said, isn't it odd, and sometimes I see the both of us actually do this, is that if we are somewhere and we're doing something, we're doing an activity of some sort, let's say we're out and we're on a beautiful walk and we see something that we really like, and we take a picture of it, and we have to and we spend ages fighting around because we must share it to Instagram immediately. And then in hindsight, after we've done it, I'm like, why the hell did we waste all that time ignoring each other, not speaking to each other, not actually enjoying that thing and absorbing it and taking in the memory? And instead we sat like squabbling to share it to Instagram immediately, like there was some immediacy there, like it had to be shared immediately, because who cares? Like, why did it need to be? Why did? Can you see what I'm getting at here? So what I'm saying is that I'm quite frustrated by it all, and it is actually getting to me, and it's kind of bothering me. And when I do have a little bit of a like social media detox, if that's what you want to call it, hate that because it sounds really bullshitty. You know, when I'm on it less, I feel like there is a spark in me of like I'm just enjoying living my life for myself because I enjoy it, and like I love to share my cooking and stuff, and I want to sometimes make videos about like all the cooking, and it's like actually it's really hard because it takes away the enjoyment of, you know, the wind down that I actually get from the cooking and things like that. So I can't always make that like kind of content because it's too much. I think it's why I really got into like the short form for a while, like, you know, the reels and the TikToks, like more so the reels, because they're a short, quick and easy way for me to do them, when really, like, you know, this whole vlog type thing, sometimes making a vlog like this is easy and it's enjoyable for me to just offload some information, offload my thoughts. That's what vlogging's all about at the end of the day. But the making of like a proper, you know, recipe or a food making like kind of a video, it takes time, it takes thought, it takes getting shots and like doing voiceovers and thinking about the recipe and how you're going to put it across, and it just takes away the enjoyment. So in some way, shape or form, what I think I'm saying is that I'm going to try for my own, you know, for my own self, to just kind of be on social media less. And I think I'm especially going to attempt to maybe share Instagram stories less, at least during those key moments in my life when I should just be enjoying it in the moment and living in the moment and absorbing the memories for myself. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna like stop sharing things on the social media because I do like it, and I think social media has its place and it helps me to find recipes and information and all sorts of stuff, and I appreciate it. But I just need to stop obsessing that I need to share stuff immediately. And if I am going to share stuff, which is fine, I should and I can and I should want to, because I quite like the gallery of Instagram of like memories. But I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna get out my phone and I'm gonna take the picture and I'm gonna use the brilliant cameras that it has and all that sort of jazz. But I'm going to choose to share it later, maybe at the end of my holiday, or maybe at the end of the day, for like just like spend, you know, 5 or 10 minutes, share it, and then put my phone back away and start and just go back to appreciating time. And also the amount of time that passes in an instant when you are on your phone and you realize it's like midnight. It's despicable. And when it happens, I feel so frustrated that I've wasted all this time staring at a screen. So that's my thoughts. What's your thoughts on these things? Because yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that a phone, our devices, social media, it has its place. It really does. And they're useful, brilliant things, and we should use them for the tools that they are. But I think that my obsessing over sharing things and how it should be shared and what it needs to look like and all that sort of stuff, and the immediacy of it, the immediacy that is created by nothing other than just me thinking there's an immediacy, it just needs to stop. And I think I'll be calmer, and I think it's the last piece of the puzzle that I'm kind of putting together from how much happier and calmer I am in life now. So yeah, pop some of your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a bit of a chat about it. Feel free to DM me if you've got some thoughts you want to share privately, and we can have a bit of a chitty chat. So that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, lovelies. Love you lots. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.